Okay, I am Dana Abercrombie from the Koalition. Thank you so much for speaking with me. You guys are the behind the scenes masters. You guys make it all work and run. So I was wondering, when it came to kind of adapting video games just overall as a whole, what was it that you each looked for that would translate easily into film? Ethan?
Yeah, all right. Good question. We poured ourselves into research in a really unique way on this film. We had a couple months of pre-production that I thought of as a think tank, where Sean Levy really encouraged me to speak with Zach Penn, our screenwriter, in the development stage of rewrites, of suggesting design opportunities, suggesting entire sequences. So we started by looking at copious amounts of video games and some of the video games that I love, both from our childhood, like SimCity, to current ones like GTA and Fortnite. But then we started really realizing, at least in my process, how many video games have been informed by movies and how many movies are starting to be informed by video games. So you have something like Red Dead Redemption that's this really Western film noir, and then you see something like Westworld that really feels a lot like Red Dead Redemption in some ways. So we created a world that's both a nod to many, many video games, but also a nod to the movies of our childhood, the movies of the 80s, the Back to the Futures and the Last Starfighters and the Flight of the Navigators, that create a world that's just parallel to the one we know, and that's self-referential and funny, but also, rooted in satire.
For you, Chris?
I think one cool thing that I have is that I have 3 teenage kids. And so working on a movie like this, it was great to be able to research with them, and kind of, loosely ask them about what's cool and what's not cool, what they like about certain video games. And so definitely taking that into our little think tank sessions definitely helped out. I know Sean even asked, hey, Chris, ask your kids about what they think about this, what they think about this. So, which was really cool to have that, because we're all older. So we grew up playing like Atari and stuff like that. So, now to have, kids that are playing those video games and asking, what's cool and what we can put in a real life situation that is our movie was fun to kind of make happen.
Right. And for you, Christophe? Sorry.
Yeah, thanks. We talked about Grand Theft Auto, and that was a pretty big inspiration for how music is used in this film, but it really only applies to the music in the actual video game, the music that a person playing the video game would hear. A person playing Free City, the video game from this movie, wouldn't necessarily hear all the music that is meant to musically tell the story of this character, Ryan Reynolds, and his awakening to bigger possibilities of his life than just waking up every morning and being held up at gunpoint as a bank teller every day. And that's where the instrumental music comes into play. The world of the music within the game that the people playing the game would hear is mostly songs. In Grand Theft Auto, it's all songs. But in the movie, we get to tell the story of a character, and I, as the instrumental music composer, get to help tell that story. And I can just let the songs do their thing, and then I get to jump in and really help evoke the emotions that this character is feeling as he goes on this journey, from being consigned to a very repetitive existence to becoming aware that there's more out there for him. And that's where the really juicy opportunities musically come.
Thank you, everyone, so much. It's a pleasure to speak to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dana.